Hello Aries, thanks so much for tuning in for your May of 2022 Taroscope with Animal Totem. I'm Vickie Verlie and you can find me at vickieverlie.com. Do not be fooled by imposters. The decks that we're going to be using today are going to be, of course, the Rock and Roll Tarot deck for the main portion of the reading, my own creation. Then we're going to do the second portion of the reading using the Hanson Roberts deck. We're also going to pull a card from the Animal Totem cards, which I don't quite have ready here. I totally forgot about them. I got so many decks out here. But yes, of course, we're going to pull an Animal Totem card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. And then if you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be an extended reading using the Light Seer Tarot. This is for Aries Sun, Rising Moon, or anybody who has, Aries placements in their charts. If you don't understand what that means, you can always check out, I do have an astrology course that's very reasonable, available on my chart, on my website, vickieverlie.com, and you can check into it more if you're interested. I do have the 2 featured readings this month, the eclipse readings, because we are in eclipse season, and then the psychic soulmate reading. So, a little astrology first, because there's eclipses are on. And there's going to be, they're not in your sign, but they affect everyone. The eclipses affect everyone. So I'm going to use this example on the wheel, find you on the wheel, you're Aries. So the first one is going to be in the sign of, this first one is going to be in the sign of Taurus, and it's a new moon. It actually occurs on April 30th, but it's going to, it's one day before May. So it's really, taking us right into May with the first eclipse in Taurus, in your second house if you're Aries rising, of money, finances. And then the second eclipse is a full moon lunar eclipse on the 16th of May, and this is a time of really releasing and culminating and releasing. This is the time around the 16th where something could be eclipsed out of your life. Another big astrology event for you guys, for Aries here, is Jupiter is going to move into your sign on the 10th, okay? So this hasn't happened. I have my chart here. Let's see. The last time that happened, when Jupiter was in your sign, well, it would have been 2011, okay? And then before that, it would have been 1999, and so on and so on. It's a big event. It only comes around every 12 years, and you may. The reason I mention those other dates is because you may want to look back at some of those other dates as to give some insight into what might happen to you personally. If you were to order any of these astrology readings, like the eclipse reading, I would definitely discuss that, how Jupiter is going to affect you personally, if you're interested. But overall, Jupiter being in your sign, even if it's your rising sign, because therefore it would be in your first house, it's going to bring a lot of attraction to you. People are going to be attracted to you. They're going to want to listen to you, hear what you want to say. If you're single and looking, you could definitely be attracted. You're just an attraction magnet, And, you could be attracting a lot of different things. A new job, whatever you're trying to manifest, you have the luck and benefit of mighty Jupiter in your sign. And that's after the 10th again. It'll be in there for just a little bit, a few months. And then it's going to move out in the fall, and then it'll be back next year again. So this is like a little taste, almost, of what might happen for you guys into next year. Okay, so let's go. This is a reading for the collective energy of Aries. So if it doesn't resonate with you, leave it alone. Or you may want to check your rising and moon sign as well. But let's have a look here. So what is coming up for Aries friends for the month of May of 2022? I will be reading all the cards in the upright position with no reversals, okay? So this is going to be our first phase of the reading. We're going to use the Celtic Cross, and then we're going to go on to the second phase and find you in the reading, find you in the deck. Okay, so let me set these cards aside here. So it does look like something could be eclipsed out of your life, but I feel like it's just like no surprise. Comes to me as no surprise. What is that? I get songs all the time because I'm a musician. I'm not just sitting here. The guides give me songs. That's actually one of my songs. Comes to me at no surprise. It's a love song. It's one of my love songs that I've written. But anyways, this is the kind of stuff you've been putting up with this for a while. Some kind of friction, aggravation, and it's hurting you. It's hurting your heart, and you're ready to move on. You had a feeling. You've had a feeling that it's coming to an end, and it's really going to be no surprise, and you're ready to move on. You're ready to start this new thing. This may have even been, from last month while the sun was in your sign, in the sign of Aries. You know, this started happening. For some of you, this could even represent you as children. This may have been like a pattern, a long-standing pattern that you've been kind of carrying around even since you were children. I'm going to zoom in a tiny bit so we can get a little closer look at the cards. Okay, I am using the 3rd edition smaller deck because I love it so much. It's saying, I know Aries, you guys want to always charge ahead, full steam ahead, you know, damn the torpedoes, that's the Aries energy, and that's what's great about you guys. But it's saying that whatever this is, it may take a little time to build here. You got to have some strength, you got to have some patience. And with the sign of, or the card, excuse me, of strength, there's always that letter number 8. I'm getting a little discombobulated with you guys today here. There's that number 8, and that is the number associated with Saturn. And Saturn tells us that you're building something really strong and long-standing here. There's somebody that you're going to be in contact with who may be a great benefit, and it's showing up as the Queen of Swords. Now, there's no gender in this reading. It's gender neutral, so the Queen of Swords could be anybody, but very likely they could be an air sign, which would be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. There's also going to be a new moon in Gemini on the 30th of the month. So it might be somewhere around there. But also we are going to be moving, the sun will move into Gemini on the 20th of the month. So this person may not show up until a little bit later in the month, but they do seem like they're helpful to get things moving for you and, you know, get things, get you out of this rut or whatever this situation is over here. Does look like there's some offer coming that is, there's money attached to it, you know. There's money attached to it. You could see an increase in your income, an increase in your finances, an increase in your money. The time will come. You will be able to use this magician where you're forging ahead and, you know, creating the magic and creating your life. But I feel like first you got to put things to bed here. And I think a lot of that could be happening leading up to and around that time of the 16th when we have that full moon eclipse of eclipsing things out of your life. But it's been a long time coming for you guys. I mean, I don't feel like this is any... And when I say you guys, I don't even realize I'm saying it. It's not a gender thing. I've been saying you guys, I say it to my kids, my daughters, when, you know, when they were little, for instance. It's like, come on, you guys, let's get going. And clearly they were female. And by the same token, I say dude to a lot of people. Male, female, I always say dude, you know, and it's not a gender thing. It's just a, you know, old habit. Okay, let's go ahead and get the next part of the reading. So you are a fire sign. So we're going to look in this deck. We're going to throw cards until we come upon the fire sign. Now, I don't count the pages, so we're looking for the Knight, the King, or the Queen. That's going to represent you, and then we're going to go from there and see what the cards look like surrounding you when you turn up in the spread as your significator. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's see what we got here. Strength again. I mean, double strength here. So, you know, it's saying, you got to be patient, but it's also telling us, I feel like, that you're going to be in a place of strength. If you can, you know, not rush in like a bull in a china shop, especially when we're in Taurus, coming out of Taurus season. And, you know, have this patience. Something's going to turn up for you. Okay, so yeah, you've been through some really big stuff here. King of Swords. Something that you work. There's a Magician again, too. Magician's coming out twice. So, yeah, empowerment. Yeah, there's the Queen. Magician and then Queen of Swords together. Magician, Queen of Swords together. So this Queen of Swords is really going to be the ticket. This is also in here twice. This 8 of Cups. Moving on. And I just heard that song. Moving on, baby. Oh, down, down. What is that? Bad Company. I think you had the High Priestess as well down here. Yep. Yeah, you've had this inkling about this. It's time to go. Okay, here you are. Let's go. We're going to put one more row around you. Don't doubt yourself, Aries. It's looking like you could be doubting yourself a little bit here. And the Magician has shown up twice. You have the power to create anything you want to create. And it's usually not like an Aries to be doubtful of themselves. So I'm going to zoom in, because really, here's the card that represents you, okay? And we're really just kind of looking at these cards right around you. The thing that gets me right away, the reason I said don't doubt yourself, Aries, is because you've got this card of feeling less than, or the 5 of Pentacles feeling less than, or feeling discouraged. You know, I'm feeling like for some of you it's some job thing that you've been beat down for so long. It could be a relationship. But it seems more maybe it's a job thing. Like you've been beat down for so long, like you're starting to believe it. And that somebody's been trying to, you know, make you feel less than in order to keep you kind of pressed down or under their control or under their thumb even. You could say it like that. Under my thumb, a girl who was pushed me all around. It's down to me. But anyways, I don't want to go off too far. Again, these songs may have meaning. If anybody wants to look up the lyrics, that was the Rolling Stones, Under My Thumb. This is grabbing me, this Eight of Cups, and it grabbed me in the first reading too, and it does depict this little sun and moon symbol here, which I wrote down over here in my little reading thing here, because that's like, you know, it could be the eclipse. And this is talking about the earth sign energy. So this is the first eclipse in Taurus, the new moon in Taurus eclipse, which is actually again happening on April 30th, but it's carrying right on into May. I think some things are going to be turning up for you around these eclipses. That could be a huge, you know, change in your road. Like you're going down the road and here comes the eclipse and you make this a turn. And it's a turn for the better. Believe it can happen. The biggest point, the biggest obstacle that you have is just believing that it can happen. Look at all the earth energy you have around you. You have the Knight, the Queen, and the King energy right around here in this little section of you. So this earth energy is going to be very strong. It's talking about the time of Taurus. You're planning at that time. You may not be ready to act or take action. That may come later as we move into Gemini, where you take action with the Magician and the Gemini energy. But you're definitely creating. You're in a phase of creating. You're in a phase of putting it all together. And so during the time of Taurus, this also could be for some of you, because I would consider this like a family. Some of you may be starting up something with somebody, like maybe it's a family business. It could be your own family, but probably it might be somebody else's, that they have a family business. And you would maybe work with them or for them. For some of you, I feel like it could definitely be some kind of like a freelance thing, but it would be steady freelance. And as a former freelancer, I know those are always nice gigs to have, you know, because at least, you know, you can count on this, you know, whatever, going forward. When they feed you steady projects, and then you're not always out there, you know, hustling. Because a lot of times a magician too can represent somebody who has their own business or somebody who is freelancing. You know, so for the freelancers, this could be like a family business, but they're gonna you know have a long-standing relationship with them, and it'll give you a sense of stability. You know. And having that stability is always nice. Big success, and it looks again, we're looking at around that Scorpio eclipse, I would say, because here's the sun. And it is a lunar eclipse, but it involves the sun every time. A new moon eclipse is the sun joined with the moon, and then a full moon eclipse is the sun opposed to the moon. So the sun, even though it says it's a lunar eclipse, the sun is involved. So it's looking like around that eclipse time, we could see some major, you know, you got to be willing to take that chance and take that shot. I do feel like this is going to set you up for long-term security in some form or fashion. If it is like just a freelance gig and you're just like, no, I need a full-time job, I can't take a freelance gig, maybe consider it, because I think it could just turn into, and it can get you out of this funk of not feeling like you're making enough money. It can just get the ball rolling. You know, it can just spark that, bringing that prosperity and that goodness into your life. So it's worth doing, especially if it's like there's 3 people, like a family involved. For a lot of you, I think that's going to be the case. For somebody, for sure, this is a family restaurant, and they're going to want you to do some steady, you know, I don't know, maybe website. I'm just thinking about the stuff I used to do, like website updates, or, you know, changing their menus or their daily specials, or, you know, some kind of graphics or something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our animal totem for the month of May of 2022 for our Aries friends. I mean, if you want to make a move with the Jupiter being in your sign, I mean, this is the time to do it. What is our animal totem for I was going to say our Jupiter friends, but we're talking about our Aries friends. Let's see. The ox. The ox never gives up. The ox is not going to give up. It's going to be, you know, and that's you. You can be, it's another horned creature, just like the Aries, the ram. This card doesn't come out too often. Okay, strength, endurance, patience, presence. Patience. How many times did I say patience when the strength card showed up twice? Patience. Standing strong and plowing through. There's the magician, standing strong and plowing through. He's absolutely doing that. elimination creates space for magic. Yeah, so allow the magic into your life. With the full moon eclipse too, you don't have to just be like, oh, the full moon eclipse, I'm scared, it's going to do something to me. Harness that energy to eclipse something out of your life that no longer serves you. All right, everybody, so thank you so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget about my couple of readings. This will be till the end of May, only the eclipse readings. If you want to see specifically how those eclipses do affect your chart particularly, we'll look at both of them. We'll look at your chart, the new moon eclipse and the full moon eclipse, and I look at all the transits of your chart basically. So that would include also Jupiter going into your sign, how it might affect you specifically. And I do have the psychic soulmate reading, which looks into the past lives of the two people together, of the past lives that you share. It's pretty interesting. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Everybody's been really pleased with that, who's ordered that so far. Really liking it. Okay, everybody. Have a best month ever. Remember, you are Love and Beauty Incarnate. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe, because that tells YouTube that you do enjoy my content, and it keeps my channel going. Thank you for purchasing all the wares and different things that you do. Have the best month ever. Jupiter's in your sign. The spotlight's on you right now, Aries. Okay, till next time. Bye.